coming. This is the Reverend coming to you live. Anyways, welcome.
You're so good.
Welcome to the So Good podcast. We got a lot of people here today. Namely,
oh, yeah, what kind of people you got over here?
You guys gotta start naming yourselves up, man.
Hey, sweetheart.
Oh, murder. Who that is?
Ermagerd. You know who that is. Ain't nobody got a voice like me.
That's
well,
true.
if someone deep-throated a friggin' kielbasa for about a year, yeah.
Oh my god, if he smoked a cigar for about 8 years.
Dude,
Hey,
I
look,
bet you
I fell off the
he's
balcony,
never heard that
motherfuckers.
before.
If you...
I'll just jump off the balcony, I'm gonna land on my lawn.
Alright, so today's podcast, we got Dirty Bird, he just joined. We got Doc Gamer.
Whoop, whoop.
Oh
Yeah.
shit, Doc's here?
That's right, dude.
We got
Good
freaking...
lord, you sound different on PSN.
Different, better, different.
It's PSN. He sounded better on Skype. Maybe his voice is just not as sexy since
Dirty,
he's
you
lost
sound
weight.
like fucking Satan right now.
Well, Doc sounded like Satan.
We got Fat Anorexic, aka
Oh
Alex.
fuck. Yeah.
We got freaking...
This asshole is
Oh,
still
there's
here.
the first F word right there.
Anyways, and then we got Shirtifer. Shirtifer.
Shooter.
What's
Might have some
that?
more people drop in later in the show, but...
What's on the docket for today's podcast? What are we chatting about?
Well, we're going to be talking about farts, and we're going to be talking about VR. So which
And we're
one
going
would
to
you
talk
start
about
with?
No Man's Sky, because...
In fact,
Yeah.
I did not know that you could interact with the animals.
Yeah, you can feed them.
them. I had no idea. One walked up to me. I was like, "What the freak do you want?" It said, "Feed me." I was like, "What the?" And my mind was blown.
You can
Throw
feed
them.
animals? I have gotta buy this game.
My purchasing decisions have just gone way up. I'm literally in the Steam store right
So
now.
what happened? Wait, what
Guys,
happens in
I gotta
the
cut this
DLC?
short.
Farm
What happens
Universe.
in the DLC? Do you get to feed homeless people?
I'm trying to get a character started here. What's the best race to pick?
Oh, white, dude. Haven't you learned nothing?
Wrong podcast.
Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. Every single character that I'm going through is white except for Dro.
I thought it was
Um,
always the Dark Elves were the best characters.
There's a half
It
elf.
depends on what you want to do. What's your gameplay style? Do you want to sneak and stab? Do you want to
I like
smash?
I like
do you
the-
want to do sorcery?
the Buffy method. Brute force and freaking ignorance.
Yeah,
The
well,
one thing that I don't like about No Man's Sky is the training wheels on the frickin' ship.
Yep.
That's the only thing I don't like. Everything else, I mean, I know that everybody built this up in their head, and you know, here and there you'll hear like snippets from interviews and be like, it was supposed to have this, it was supposed to have that, but that's the thing about video games. I don't think there's a single fucking video game in the industry that has has delivered on every single thing it's promised.
Don't care. Game sucks.
Okay.
We got
Hater.
trolls.
Hashtag not my game. Jesus fucking
What was
Christ,
that other
dude.
hashtag
Give a
you
game a
guys
chance. Give it like 3 months.
Not
You know
like
how
Kojima.
modern games work? They gotta patch them about 3 months after they come out. Come on.
Yeah,
Very
or they
true.
do the Bungie method and they release garbage and let everyone break their game, and then they figure out how to rematch
Damn
it.
Skippy! Damn Skippy! Bungie! All the way! Hashtag E3 2017. Let's go.
Oh my god, if he says hashtag one more time.
It has a very old school Star Trek-y feel to it. With, you know, obviously graphics they didn't have back then. But, and I like the fact that they've changed incrementally when you go from planet to planet. I mean, a lot of things are similar, but there's different things. So yeah, it's true. No one person could visit the entire... I mean, it's mathematically impossible. But it's boring.
See, okay, here's my thing. I hear people say it's boring, and it's like, I get it. I understand why you think it's boring, but to me, it's like, it's not boring. It's relaxing. Like, this game, I come home, and it's my, not stress relief, but it's like my decompression. Expansive universe that there's no way in the world I could ever see everything
oh my God, you
in,
are
and I
such a
just.
hippie.
I mean, no, I mean,
the
he
last
makes
person
sense.
the last person I would ever think would call somebody a hippie is Doc.
Can we talk about farts now?
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's
No,
talk
but
about
for real,
the one cheek sneak.
Was it?
Yeah. So,
Was it Smell-O-Vision? Y'all were talking about Ubisoft came out with something?
yeah, man, Smell-O-Vision is happening. Ubisoft is developing, or has developed.
Okay, Smell-O-Vision's been
reality
around for
device.
decades, though, man.
Yeah, they were using that in movie theaters back in the day. Dude.
Exactly. So I'm
Dude,
about to just
it's-
call that
this
out.
is, listen, this, you can buy it and bring it to your home and plug
Oh,
it in
great.
when you're,
I can smell farts.
and you can smell
Wow.
farts while you play South Park
I
6.
make my own. Why do I need to pay Ubisoft for that? I mean, mine's like Subway, made fresh daily.
Let's say that it's actually happening and it is coming out. I mean, would you guys even be willing to try it at a local Best Buy?
I would definitely like fucking put it on in a Target, but like that's fancy word for Target. I would never actually buy one unless it was like unless they put drugs in it or somehow convinced me that it was like
Unless
the
your name is
greatest
Trey
thing.
Parker or Matt Stone, then you would possibly buy it.
I would probably not buy it. I just want to point out that we got Bones in the hizzle.
Bones joined? Is Bones here?
Bones is in. Bones is in.
Bones. Did you guys see the those guys playing Drive Club with VR?
No.
Tell me about it.
It's pretty exhilarating.
Like, were you living vicariously through those guys?
It felt like it. No, seriously though. I've been waiting for, like, cause I remember at CES in 2011.
Yeah.
Sony was were you there? You were there, right? When Sony
Yeah.
had the GT5 set up with a somewhat VR. People seemed to just like glance over it, not really care for it. It was even before VR was even announced for PlayStation, and people like acted like it never existed. And I remember playing it.
It's like, so me and Ghost both played it, and I remember, like, you think of virtual reality and you're like, oh yeah, no, that makes sense. You turn your head and your character turns his head. But when you're racing, the first time we went to race and I did that, I was like, whoa.
We played we played a lot. Like, we were at that booth for a long time. I was gonna say,
I mean, like,
Doc, are you under embargo right now?
No, I'm not actually.
all right.
You just
Preach
returned your
away.
kit, right?
What's that?
You just returned your VR kit?
Yeah. Had it for 3 months.
What were your feelings about it?
I had a whole new appreciation for Netflix.
Wow. All right. So VR is dead. Confirmed.
No, because you could get up in your recliner, right, and just put this on, and it's like you got this giant screen that's comfortable anywhere you move your head, and you can use the move controllers very easily while you're in a reclined position and move menus and do all sorts of crazy stuff. The movies look great. Game-wise, I tried playing Call of Duty, which this current build of Call of Duty isn't made for it. But that almost made me throw up.
Yeah.
Okay, so again,
Here's the thing. I think everybody needs to realize this is a first generation. Like the first generation of the iPhone, the first generation of the Apple Watch, the first generation of Android. The first generation is always the test subjects.
Okay, yes, I agree with that. But to the extent, like, okay,
But those are still good products.
yeah, exactly. I was about to say those were products that like they needed refinement, but they weren't broken upon release. I'm literally saying that like the past 2 iterations of VR are broken on release on multiple levels to where it's like, why the hell would you pay $1,800 for this piece of crap? Or $1,000? Sorry, $800. It's $800 now, I believe. But like, why would you pay that? It doesn't even work. And so like, I know that like Sony's PlayStation format is going to be like $300, and I'm definitely going to purchase it. Probably not going to be a first generation adopter just because I'm that timid about this technology taking off. But I like exactly as Doc was saying, there are serious issues with like motion sickness that they need to address before they even think about releasing it, like narrowing it so that there's an actual.
I think that's not going to change for a lot of people because when I was playing, was it Oculus, and it was running at 60 frames on Half-Life. What the freak just hit me? Sorry.
No, you can get rid of motion sickness.
And I was, well, the thing was this. I was like, I didn't have a gun. I just had the crowbar. So I was like trying to hit an enemy and back up and then run up forward and hit him again. And like my body, as I was standing up playing, like wanted to tip over. And like
okay, so there's a disconnect. There are going to be people who are going to get motion sickness, period. Motion sickness is caused by a difference between your visual context and your inner ear. Because whenever you move, your inner ear has fluid that tells you that you're moving. So like when people read books in cars, some people can read books in cars and not have a problem at all. Some people can't. It'll make them sick. It's going to happen. There are going to be some people who cannot play.
Right. Okay. Like I said, no, there are going to be people who get sick with full-blown VR. But what you can do is you can literally minimize the screen in the field of view and make it so that there's actually a solid background that does not shift at all. So it's as if you're looking at a TV screen within a 3D field of view. And that, like, it's been tested. I guarantee you, if you go look at a gentleman, Ross Scott, I think his YouTube channel is A Cursed Farm, he talks exactly about this. How you could literally, just by introducing a 3D field of view that does not shift at all, you can turn that whole situation on its head and make it so that people can play VR so long as there's an outside reference point for them. No, it's not going to be pure VR. And that's just pure and simple. But it's still better than what we have with like 3D gaming or initial 1080p. So let's just say best case scenario. I'm trying to say that I'm giving Sony PlayStation, given that it's the last one out the door, I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt that they're going to have many of the issues that the Rift and the Vive had, which has nothing. It's not necessarily just motion sickness, which is a multitude of issues, but mostly it boils down to literally not being able to, adjust properly, given your inner ear. I mean, if it launches with those things that, like, it doesn't have like a horrid frame rate, like literally janky as shit, or there's this constant glare in your eye because of ambient occlusion mapping in certain games. If it doesn't launch with that, I would be happy to be a first generation adopter, because I know as long as there's support for it, they're going to keep updating it. I trust Sony at this point. They haven't screwed me yet, but
give them time.
Oh, don't worry. I've sort of kind of just bent over right now. I'm waiting, but like, if it doesn't, if it comes out and I read the reviews and it's basically just, it's the same story with a different coat of paint, I'm definitely gonna just be like, all right, you guys had a shot to introduce VR to a new generation, and you guys totally just screwed it up entirely.
My personal experience with it really wasn't so much as in, motion sickness, like I was going to throw up. It was just, incompatibility with the games that are out right now.
Right. Well, I mean that I have no problem with that, like because you can have support for that later on. My question is with the support that you already have promised, are you going to have that? You know, you don't even have to have it initially upon launch, but whenever we see those first reviews flutter in, is it going to be negative or positive? If it's positive, I will put down the money. If it's negative, I'm just going to walk away from VR entirely.
What are the chances that it would be positive anyways? With the way game and hardware reviews have been lately in the media.
Okay, no, they can have a negative spin, but there's a lot of positive.
But think about the reviews, though. Reviews nowadays are just borrowed opinions. People literally go at other sites and look at how much things are, like what people's opinions are of it, and base their opinions off of that. Like, I can guarantee you there's quite a bit of people that don't have time to play all the games that they are saying they're playing, and they're literally letting someone else play it and using someone else's opinion. Doc's been there. He's seen people, you know, the people from G4, for instance. He's seen them literally waiting in front of the camera, just getting ready for it to start, and then someone hands them a piece of paper with their opinion of what the game is like, and they literally read someone else's opinion.
Seen that so many times.
It's literally bullcrap. Majority of these places.
And anyone still uses mainstream media for their opinion? Like, yeah, come on!
That's why they say Hillary's ahead in the polls, because people can't form their own opinions.
Yep.
If you guys like just fucking look off to the sidelines, you'll find much different answers. Like, and I mean, I'm not just saying look off to the sidelines, but I'm saying if you actually do serious research here, if you go, if you confirm sources, if you look, you know, a little bit deeper than just off to the sidelines. I'm never going to go to game trailers or IGN for my sources.
No, but
because yeah, it's true. I know a majority of the public does, but I'm not saying for me in Oculus Rift or Project Morpheus. I'm saying for me, if I'm going to put down $300 for Sony's new VR adventure, I'm going to definitely do my homework.
I think a good
and
example
I suggest
of this...
everyone out there do that as well. It doesn't take long. It takes a Google search and about 2 pages of actually research. That's it. 2 pages.
A good example of how the media has affected it in this kind of like a way, with the way they just had the same review, everybody's had the same review of the game, is Rainbow Six Siege. People play that game more now than they ever did at launch, because there were so many bad reviews about the game being broken and horrible and stupid and just horrible, that now that people are past the reviews, I know, I said it probably 3 times, it was horrible. But that aside, now people are buying up the game left and right and playing it, putting more hours in now because they realize, boy, this game's actually good.
You know, there's an actual game there.
Well, if you think that game's good, I hate that game.
Well, that's your opinion.
I like... I want to say that I kind of go over this, but I scathe over it in the article I'm working on. Like, I scathe over the media's failure. I kind of actually want to save that for another article, but yeah, I am well aware of the mainstream media just completely failing the mass public and becoming nothing more than literally a regurgitating public relations official for the highest bidder. That's all it's become.
All it is.
Metal Gear Solid 5 got a 10 out of 10 when it clearly should have received like a 7 or an 8. Like, no, we all know. We played the game. It was total
That game
shit.
should have got it. No, that game was amazing. It should have got a 9.5.
Which one?
Oh my god, no, dude. That game.
Just
that
because
game.
Dirty Bird said 9.5, not even a 9 now.
No. Exactly. Dirty Bird is bought out. He's bought out.
He's been wined and dined.
No, that was Hideo Kojima's swan song.
No. Dude, it was his swan song. It was his fucking swan song that got cut from him. I'm not against
you know how many
PS4
hours
was a
I
swan
spent
song.
in that game? It was so good.
It was a great game, but listen.
So good!
The reason why I cut it off, the reason why I cut that game off at like an 8, is because it was a game that publishers literally, they came in, there were vultures, you know it, you and I both know it, that people came in and they told Hideo Kojima, no, we're going to release this game now. You know it because you played it and you saw, like, literally this game ended 30 hours before it should have. I mean, like, there were repetitive missions. There were storylines that were cut completely short, completely off.
There was okay.
They were never.
There was one storyline that didn't get finished. Yes,
no,
it was
okay.
repetitive, but it was an open world. What fucking game isn't repetitive? Assassin's Creed. All of those games are awesome. They're also stupid repetitive.
Yep.
Mafia 2 wasn't repetitive.
Dirty, have you been a fan since like
Yeah,
90s?
no. Like me and Shadow are like
I've been a
we're
fan
hard
since the
diehard.
original. I'm not some young buck that came in and was on everybody's dick. I'm 34 fucking years old. Okay, I've been playing this game since it first came out. This is like one of the few that I have not missed a single game that I've gone back.
I was just
and
gonna
bought
say that, you know,
remakes.
if you're a hardcore fan of the series, which a lot of hardcore fans, such as myself, it's a totally different kind of Metal Gear. It's not a bad game.
Is.
It's good. It's fun. But I agree that I don't think it deserved as much praise as it had gotten. It's very well made. You know, it looks amazing. It's a technical feat. But compared to previous entries, like in the series, I mean, it's a sequel. It's like the 5th or 6th game in the series. There's a certain flow that you expect from a series.
I think it's actually the 7th game in the series.
Yeah, there you go. So you expect...
And I understand what you're talking about. You expected one thing and you got another. But it's
Exactly.
not like Konami told Hideo Kojima this is what you need to do. This was what Hideo Kojima wanted to do. If you look at all of the Metal Gears...
Well, I don't
to
think
end,
Hideo Kojima wanted to make another Metal Gear. I think he was kind of forced into that, which also
Yeah, that's
I think has to deal with why he left. So he kind of was just like, you know what, here.
he was not forced into it. Metal Gear is his baby. He's wanted to work on different projects all throughout, but I think every time somebody else tries to take the helm, Hideo Kojima comes in and goes, nope, you can fuck it up. I gotta take care of this. Here's the thing. I understand that it's a completely different type of game from the others, but it's still got the core mechanics of stealth action. It's still got the core mechanics of the ridiculously crazy story. And if you look at Hideo Kojima from beginning to end, he is constantly taking from Western culture and putting into these games. That's exactly what he does every single time, and every single game is different from what you expect. When we played Metal Gear Solid 2 and you started off as Solid Snake, and then after that first chapter you're Raiden, you're like, what the fuck? Every single fucking Metal Gear has been a deviation from the history. You've got Metal Gear Solid 1, then Metal Gear Solid 2, you're Raiden. Metal Gear Solid 3, all of a sudden you're in a forest and you have to take care of yourself, you have to feed yourself, you have to bandage yourself, which was never in any of the other Metal Gears. Metal Gear Solid, what's the one that's on the PSP?
Peace Walker
or Portable Ops.
Peace Walker. Okay, Portable Ops, I'm not sure if that one's canon, but I do know Peace Walker's canon, and Peace Walker is a completely different structure, because basically in Peace Walker, you're just going from one arena to the next arena. I mean, every single Metal Gear has been different from all of the ones before them.
Okay, I get that. I have no problem with that. Like I said, I don't think I said it, but Shadow definitely did. The gameplay is solid. It's beautiful. I would definitely say the game, no, it's a really solid game, but you can just feel it if you just look back at a telescope glass, just go back and just be like, wow, all of a sudden, spoiler alert, I do want to say this, if you do not want any spoilers for MGS5, because it is a good game, skip ahead. Literally rescue Quiet, and then you're off to fucking You're off to the you're going back to the original scene, which blew my mind. It was like, whoa, this is happening. Wow, I've been playing a doppelganger the whole time. Awesome.
Yeah.
And then like you go through this whole scene, and it was amazing to me. And then I was like, wow, the game just ended. It wasn't like there was no build-up. Every section felt like a separate entity. Like whenever you executed the entire hospital,
Okay,
it felt
just
like
so you go. Listen to
go
this
ahead.
real quick, though.
Okay.
This game is set after the first game, after Metal Gear, and before the second game. Am I right?
No, it's set before all of them. Outer Heaven
I'm
doesn't
talking-
come to be.
No. I'm talking about the Nintendo games.
Yeah, no. Outer Heaven doesn't come to being for another 10 years. This is set in 1984. Outer Heaven doesn't come into being until 1995.
I'm
And I
pretty
get,
sure the
like-
first game was built was. I've got to look
No.
up the timeline because I'm pretty sure that this was.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, like, it was 1995 that the
I'm
first game
fact checking
was
right now, son. I'm fact
Fact-checking.
checking.
Do
right.
it.
Do
He's
it,
right.
brother.
He's right.
Do it, brother. But, like, I'm telling you right now, like, what happens is basically Kojima is saying in this story, which is really well done. I'm not trying to take away from that. He's saying, like, hey, the first big boss you killed, that wasn't the real big boss. The real big boss was around, and that explained why in the first game, the very
Yeah,
first
so I was
Metal Gear,
right. So it was before. It was in between the two Nintendo games. When you
No,
killed
it
Big
wasn't.
Boss in the, or it was before it.
Can I ask you
It was
guys
before
a
it, but-
question?
Oh, wait a minute. Is
But
this
anyways-
why Kiefer is the frickin' voice actor?
Yes, exactly.
Yes,
Kiefer
no,
is not
okay,
the
I
real
don't-
big boss.
Okay, so
Oh
in,
my
in Metal Gear
god, that
Solid,
makes way more... Okay, now I'm actually gonna
My
beat the
whole
game.
life is a lie.
in Metal Gear, so in Metal Gear Solid 5, you're playing as a doppelganger basically.
That
In
makes
Metal
way
Gear-
more sense.
In Metal Gear, he kills Big Boss, and then in Metal Gear 2, all of a sudden Big Boss is still alive.
Yeah, no,
Right.
that was amazing.
So
that blew my
that's
mind.
how this game basically fixes the one discrepancy in the Metal Gear timeline that
I get
nobody
that.
could answer.
That was amazing. That's what blew my mind. Like literally, if you go back and you watch that final cutscene where Snake punches the mirror, where Big Boss punches the mirror, what you'll see is a fucking time shift. If you look back at the back door, you'll see it go from whatever the heck it is you were in the actual game to Outer Heaven. The logo changes to Outer Heaven. That blew my mind. I don't take anything away from that. What I'm saying is literally, it looked like from like mission 30
I'm just saying,
on,
it's a 9.5
Hideo
at
was
least.
forced.
It's
Okay.
9.5. It's
I will give it.
9.5.
I will give it a 9. I will give it a 9 because of its amazing brilliance. But I will not give it any higher than that because it looked like it was rushed right towards the end.
Okay, well, I'm just going to point out that I took you up from a 7 to a 9, so I feel like I just won that.
All right, you win. You win that argument. You win. You
I
win.
remember the ending. He's like, you know what? Fuck it. 9.
But honestly, though,
No, I liked how at the very end of the game it just left it open for Metal Gear Survival.
oh, fuck you.
Shut up.
Fuck you so much.
I hate you. Let's talk about how
Literally.
crappy that game's gonna be, everybody.
Officially, I was like, I hate you, Konami.
But you Americans like zombies.
No, dude, that was like the biggest. That was the biggest insult to my. That was the biggest insult ever. It was like, hey guys, you know what? We fired Kojima. Why? Because officially we're just going into Pachinko. All right? And then Konami's like, never mind. Pachinko sucks. We're
The
gonna
canon
start releasing
continues in the
games again.
Pachinko.
Like no, dude. If you go look at why Kojima was officially fired, it was because they were narrowing their whole company down into Pachinko slots. That's what it was
Pachinko
going to
and
be.
mobile games.
Exactly. No, and then they're like Metal Gear Survival, and I'm.
You know what's
You guys-
funny is I wrote them a horrible review of Revengeance, and they sent me the Steelbox edition with the static lamp of Raiden's sword. Have you guys seen that thing?
Nah.
Sounds familiar.
It's about almost a foot and a half tall. You know those electric lamps you stick your fingers on.
You'll have to send me a picture so I can post the picture along the website.
I will do it. Yeah, wrote them a
Sounds
horrible
dirty.
review, and they send me this giant box, and I was like, oh, I kind of feel bad now, sort of.
You've been wined and dined, man.
They basically fired Kojima because they were switching directions of the company, and he spent too much money making Metal Gear Solid 5. But
Sorry, he spent
that
too much
thing-
money making them money?
Yeah, no, that's... Okay, I think it cost him...
Yeah, they regret their decision.
It cost them $80 million to make that game. And I think he made that back in like 3 months. BioShock remasters.
Hell yeah, super excited
Dude,
for it.
I'm so down. I'm so down for that.
I am actually not even.
Like
Nope.
right now, honestly, I feel like this is the console generation that remasters are going to be completely acceptable. Because like, if they came out with a remaster of all 3 Kingdom Hearts, not all 3, the first 2, I would so scoop those up. And they're doing a remaster of Skyrim.
Did you hear about the 2.8 remix prologue?
Yeah, but that's only the second one, not the first one.
Hang on a second.
Hey,
Can we hold on for a second? 2.8 remix prologue.
that title, no. No, but the BioShock remaster, that is awesome. I mean, it's $60, but you're getting 3
Don't care.
amazing
It could
games.
be $80. I'm still gonna pay it.
I'm disappointed.
1080p,
and
60
Skyrim.
frames.
That and Skyrim.
That is one thing that's holding me back. You know, I do have them all on PS3.
I have them all on PS3 too, but honestly, like, I look at the PS3 and I'm like, there's a game I really should play because I own it, but the PS4 is just, the controller's so much better.
That
Like, honestly, I feel like the PS4 controller is the best controller ever, and I just don't want to touch any other console.
Not
because
gonna
of this
lie, I
controller.
agree with that 100%. Like I am behind that 100.
it only took them 4 generations.
Exactly.
No, it only took
I
them 4
totally
generations, but they
agree.
finally got it.
I totally agree with what Dirty Bird said, but I still give it a 9.0. It's good because if you go, you go adventuring off by yourself many times. It's just it's a good thing to guide you back on track to your main quest.
Okay.
Okay.
I see what this
alright.
game is doing.
I think I like it.
It's trying to make me feel guilty about being an asshole. Good luck, game.
Yeah.
I've kind of been an asshole for quite a while. You got a lot of work to do.
Staple. That's Alex's
God.
staple.
Oh
really
my
is.
god, yep. If no one's laughing, I
Yep.
just literally lean back and go, ow!
It's like he's always like taking a seat when he's doing it too.
I got a seat and I got a beer.
Before we get off the remaster topic, anybody interested in any of the Dead Rising remasters?
Yes.
Because I'm totally picking up Dead Rising 1.
Exactly. I'm picking up Dead Rising 1 with co-op, and me and Shadow are going to play it, and no one's going to like us, but we don't care. I was super hyped, though, that I think it was Christy, your sister dude, who, like, dropped the bomb on the Mass Effect remakes, and I think I gushed in the chat room.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on now.
Yeah, the EA is basically more or less confirmed Mass Effect remasters.
Yeah, dude, they're pretty much like, oh, you want us to milk a franchise?
right,
We're
that's
gonna
right.
milk this.
I was talking about when he said gushing in the chat room.
Oh.
Yeah.
He literally created.
Basically, anybody that's gonna play Modern Warfare is also going to play in Infinite Warfare?
Maybe
I don't
majority,
know.
but if you're like me, no, you will not.
I would probably get it
Like,
just to play
if
the
you
first
wanted to
Modern
introduce
Warfare.
your brother to like a golden age of like Call of Duty, you'd show him Modern Warfare, and maybe
Dude, I bet
Modern
you
Warfare 2, and then you
it
would
might
just
be
be
like
like,
a Rainbow
and that's
Six
when the
thing.
series died. Yeah.
It's like when everybody's done with Infinite, they're gonna go back to Modern Warfare. When after everybody's played the newest Call of Duty, for 6 months, and they're just waiting for the next one, they're gonna be playing Modern Warfare.
E3 trailer came out, and don't lie, like you guys watched that and you were like, oh,
Nope.
what is? Oh wait, that's Modern.
Wrong,
Okay,
didn't watch it.
I
Everybody
didn't
I
even
know
know
that
that
saw
there
that
was
was
one.
like, this looks dope. What is it? Everybody I know was like, this looks dope. What is this? And then they're like, oh, this is Infinite Warfare. Maybe it's not
Okay.
gonna.
I'll go watch that trailer. I'll be honest, I haven't watched it yet, but I'll go watch that trailer. But
E3 trailer looked dope.
I doubt my
It's-
opinion's gonna change. And if I'm wrong, I will tell you right up front, dude. Like, I doubt though. Like,
All right. We're
it
gonna.
looks like a
But
joke.
everybody's on
itself.
Battlefield's joke or Battlefield's dick, and nobody's buying
That's
Battlefield.
true. That's true. So, this is the SoGood crew signing off. We love you. Please subscribe.
Let us know
Please
if it was
like.
so good.
Please comment. Please read our articles. We like love. We want people to notice us. Okay? We're little, especially
Hi, little babies.
Silent. He's very little, if you know what I mean. Anyways, you guys.
Dude, I'm
you
smaller.
guys have
Don't make fun of him. I'm smaller. Come on.
You've
We're
seen
tiny little
this?
babies.
Anyways.
We're like 3 months old.
Yeah, like us on Facebook. We
Yep.
got a Twitter. It's at the bottom. SoGood Gaming. Facebook.
Shit in
SoGood
diapers.
Gaming. All right, guys. You have an excellent evening. Take care of yourselves. All right. Take care of yourselves.